Hello everyone. We're going to take a look at how to do a hard drive calculation when taking into account which cameras you're going to use, how many megapixels the cameras are using, how many frames per second you're going to run the cameras at, and stuff like that. We're going to show it on EZTools version 2.0. And down at the bottom here you can see this calculation area. We're going to click on that. Now I'm just going to do this as an example, but it will show how we can do a hard drive calculation. So for example, say we're going to do an 8-channel NVR. We're going to add 4 cameras, so we can change this to 4 cameras. Instead of recording at H.265, or sorry, H.264, we're going to do H.265. And these cameras are going to be 2 megapixel, which is 1080p. We're going to add 4 cameras. We're going to leave the frame rate at 25 frames per second. We're going to turn the U code on to basic mode because UniView has the ability to run H.265 with U code, which will give you a lot more recording time. So we're going to click OK there. Now we're going to add another 4 cameras, but we're going to make these ones 5 megapixel. Which would be here. And same thing, we're going to leave the frame rates 25 frames per second and the U code on basic mode. So we're going to add that as well. So now, if we had a 2 terabyte drive, it would only give us 11 days. So let's calculate disk instead. Retention time. We'll say we want 30 days. So 30 days, if we're using 2 terabyte drives, we're going to need to install 3 of them, but an 8-channel 302 can only hold 2 hard drives, so we're going to bump that up to 4. So 2 4 terabyte drives will give us 30 days of recording at 24 hours a day. Now, you do have the option to, calculate disks for how much time, how much recording time you want, or you can calculate the days. So in this instance, we would select, what size hard drives we want to use. So we'll say we were using an 8 terabyte drive. One 8 terabyte drive will give us 45 days. Now we can also calculate RAID mode if the NVR supports RAID. So we can choose RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5, RAID 6. So we'll say RAID 1. If we do RAID 1, we're only going to get 22 days, and so forth. So if we click Calculate Disks instead, we want 30 days, but we want to do a RAID 1, we're going to have to bump up the hard drives to 2 6 terabyte drives to do a RAID 1. But again, the NVR has to support RAID. So this is a simple way how to do a calculation. It shows you the resolution of the cameras over here, the frame rate, the bit rate, the total bandwidth, and it's very easy to do a calculation.